For centuries, sailors whispered about the Kraken. Tentacles longer than masts, eyes said to glow like moons in the deep. Stories that most people dismissed as fear, exhaustion, or imagination. But some tales didn't disappear. They showed up across different cultures, different centuries, always sounding strangely similar. And then there's this one. And then there's this one. A story tucked away in old maritime notes. Not because it was proven, but because it refused to die out, even without evidence. What happened beneath that ship in 1979 isn't confirmed science. It isn't presented as fact, but it is a moment sailors insisted they witnessed, and a moment modern biology can't fully rule out. The year was 1979. The fishing vessel Marlin's wake was working the North Atlantic near the Reykjanes Ridge, a place where tectonic plates meet, and the seafloor drops into canyons darker than night. The crew later said the ocean felt hollow, as if something huge moved far beneath them. That's just testimony, nothing verified, but it's where the story begins. At 1:46 a.m., the sonar picked up something long, slender, rising fast, almost 15 meters in length, according to the operator. At first, they thought whale, but whales glide. This thing moved in pulses, the kind of motion you'd expect from jet propulsion. And then, the echo vanished. Just gone. Minutes later, the hull vibrated, low, deep, like something massive passing underneath. Could have been anything. But the captain dimmed the lights and waited, because something was rising. The first sign wasn't even movement, it was shape. A perfect circle of water, maybe 20 meters across, bulging upward like the ocean itself was breathing. The surface trembled, and then it opened. A tentacle broke through, pale red, thick, covered in glossy suction rings. Then another. 8 arms, 2 longer feeding tentacles. According to the crew, some of them reached 10 meters into the air. That's what they said. There's no footage, no proof, just their words. One sailor whispered, "Kraken," maybe out of fear, maybe because legends were the only reference they had. But the creature they described wasn't supernatural, just enormous, and far larger than anything they expected to see at the surface. What they remembered most wasn't the tentacles, it was the eye. A huge, dark, reflective eye slowly rising beside the ship. Modern science now confirms giant squid have some of the largest eyes on Earth. But no one can know if what the crew saw was accurate, or their minds filling in the blanks in the dark. To them, that eye meant something. Awareness, curiosity, recognition. 2 worlds, surface and abyss, studying each other in silence. Then everything changed. The creature lifted higher, its mantle breaking the surface, water streaming off shifting red pigments. And then, a tremor hit the ship. Something else moved below, something big. Maybe a whale, maybe nothing. We just don't know. The squid reacted instantly. Tentacles curled inward. A burst of water shot from its siphon, and the creature vanished into the deep in seconds. The sonar showed a fast descent, then nothing. And then, another vibration. Stronger, lower, as if something even larger slipped beneath the hull. Again, no proof, just the account. 8 days later, the ship returned to port. The crew filed a report. Authorities labeled it undetermined biological incident, and the folder gathered dust. Because in 1979, no one had ever filmed a living giant squid. No one had footage to compare. Most people simply didn't believe them. For decades, the story faded. A Kraken tale without a Kraken. Or maybe a giant squid encounter long before science was ready for it. Today, marine biologists can offer possibilities, not answers. Some say it could have been a giant squid, Architeuthis dux. Others suggest maybe even a colossal squid, though rare for that region. Some think misidentification under stress. Others believe the presence of a sperm whale could explain everything. The rising, the fleeing, the vibrations. Nothing is confirmed, nothing is final. But nothing rules it out either. Deep in ocean trenches, Mariana, Kermadec, Tonga, giant squid move through darkness older than human history. They aren't myths, but they're rarely seen, and they leave behind just enough mystery for legends to grow. Maybe the creature beneath the Marlin's wake wasn't a kraken. Maybe it was a squid pushed to the surface by a predator. Or maybe it was something we still don't fully understand. What the sailors remembered was the eye. That silent, watching eye rising from the black water, studying them for a heartbeat before the ocean closed again. A moment lost to time, a legend retold, and a reminder that the deep sea still holds stories we're not ready to explain.